white-sided myself, you know, and I think we'd all agree that dolphins are incredible animals. But I want you to think for a moment, just what is it that you find so amazing about these animals? Is it their speed? They're very fast? Perhaps it's their intelligence because they are incredibly smart? Or maybe it's that famous acrobatic behavior. Well, whatever it is, we feel that here at the aquarium as well, because with the help of Adria, Leonora, and Sherry, we have the opportunity to work with 3 very special Pacific white-sided dolphins. And you're going to get a good first look at them as they join these 3 up at the base of the dock. And here's an even better look. You're going to see Spinnaker. There he is. Spinnaker has been with us here the longest. He is a lone male here on the Wild Coast. But not to be outdone by the lad, here is our 2 lovely ladies, Hannah and Helen, showing you just how incredible they are as well. Pretty great way to start off the show, don't you think? How about a round of applause for Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen? Come on. Yeah. Well, like many animals that live off of our coast, Pacific white-sided dolphins are still shrouded in mystery. But with the help of Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen, researchers here at the Vancouver Aquarium are working to discover more about these amazing animals. Now, this is quite a unique opportunity for us because it is rare to find Pacific white-sided dolphins in facilities like this one. They can be identified by that torpedo-shaped body and that black, white, and gray pattern that runs up and down their sides. Pacific white-sided dolphins are considered to be one of the most acrobatic of all dolphin species. That's quite a title, but here's a good look. Helen showing us just why they earned that title. Now, as their name suggests, they can be found in the North Pacific Ocean from northern Mexico all the way up to the southern coast of Alaska and even over off the coast of Japan. But unfortunately, like all animals that live in our oceans, Pacific white-sided dolphins face many dangers. And sadly, Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen have all had first-hand experience with these threats. Adria, as someone who works so closely with these animals, can you tell us more about their amazing story of survival?
I sure can, Hillary. All 3 of our dolphins are what we refer to as rescued and rehabilitated animals. They are all entangled in fishing nets off the coast of Japan. They are then brought to a rehabilitation facility where they're deemed non-releasable. Luckily, we've been able to provide them a permanent home here on the Wild Coast. Working with me today is Spinnaker. He's been with us the longest, and we've been able to build and maintain a very strong relationship with him in order to provide him the best possible care through training and regular checkups. Everything that we learn from Spinnaker's health care can be used by veterinarians and researchers to gain a better understanding of these mysterious dolphins. In fact, every day that we spend with these animals reveals more information about their species as well as their individual personalities, which, believe it or not, they're just as different as you and me. Isn't that right, ladies? Yes. But most of all, Spin, Helen, and Hannah remind us every day that from nets to garbage, it is man-made objects affecting dolphins all over the world.
Thanks, Adrian. Researchers here at the Vancouver Aquarium are working to better understand just what we can do to help keep these animals safe off of our coast. But before we can help them, we need to reflect on what we've already learned about them. Well, we know they travel in groups, sometimes 2 or 3 dolphins, like you see here on the Wild Coast. But they have been seen off the coast of British Columbia in groups of over 2,000 individual dolphins. Incredible. We also know that they travel together, and sometimes at incredible speeds. Now, here's a good look as they race through the surface of the water. You can see that dorsal fin cut right through the surface. There we go. A good look at Hannah, showing us how fast she is. These dolphins have been clocked at over 35 kilometers an hour, folks, and that's faster than the speed limit here in Stanley Park. Now, this speed is incredibly helpful when you're trying to stay safe and avoid predators, but it's even more helpful when you're out hunting for a bite to eat. And speaking of food, just what is it that a dolphin likes to eat? Any guesses? Fish, absolutely. Now, I want you to imagine for a moment what it must be like to be a Pacific white-sided dolphin hunting off of our coast. Our waters here in BC are teeming with life, but unfortunately, the deeper you go, the darker it gets. Well, luckily, dolphins have the ability to penetrate this darkness using sound. They have a form of animal sonar called echolocation. Listen closely. Can everyone hear that? I can't either. Well, dolphins can emit a series of clicks, and these are echolocation clicks specific. And these clicks will travel from the dolphin's melon through the water. They'll bounce off objects in the water and then travel back to the dolphin. Now, this gives them a mental picture of their underwater world. Now, we know through research that this echolocation is an incredibly accurate sense. So why then are dolphins still getting caught in fishing nets while they're out hunting for food? Well, this is a question we're trying to answer here through research with the help of Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen. Over the past 2 years, we've been working very closely with them to ensure that they're comfortable wearing gelatin eye cups, just like I've got in my hand here. Now, this began as simply placing the eye cup on different parts of the dolphin's body, as Adrian and Spin are showing us here. And now we've reached a point where we can actually ask the dolphin to voluntarily wear the eye cup over their eyes while they're swimming through the habitat. We can then listen and observe the way they're navigating through the water without the use of their vision, rather using that echolocation. Now, through this research, we're hoping to gain a better understanding of just why dolphins like these three are still getting caught in fishing nets while they're out hunting for food. So speaking once more of food, we know how much these three dolphins need, but what about all of the dolphins that live off of our coast? This is yet another question we're trying to answer. Adrian, can you tell everyone more about how we're doing that?
Of course. We certainly know that Pacific white-sided dolphins are incredibly acrobatic. They're energetic. They are playful, as those you can see both above and below the water from these amazing aerial displays. We also know that all of this energy comes from the fish that they eat. So by teaming up with the University of British Columbia, we're actually trying to figure out exactly how much food do these dolphins need to survive, and how does this impact fish populations off of our coast. To answer these questions, we're training our dolphins to assist us in determining their metabolic rates while they're resting and when they are active. We are incredibly lucky to work so closely with Spin, Helen, and Hannah because they do give us a unique opportunity to do research that just wouldn't be possible with dolphins out in the ocean. Back to you, Hillary.
Thanks, Adrienne. If you have any questions at all about this research, feel free to come on up and chat with us after the show. So we've seen how sound is important when these animals are out hunting for food, but it's also an integral part of other aspects of their life as well, like communication. Pacific white-sided dolphins are incredibly social animals, often seen displaying acrobatic behavior just like this off the coast of British Columbia. We also know that they're incredibly vocal animals and they can make a wide variety of sounds. And we're lucky enough to hear a lot of those vocalizations right here. I think that's excellent. How about a round of applause for Spin, Hannah, and Helen? Well, these dolphins can also communicate in other ways as well, like touch or acrobatic behavior. Now, this behavior that you're about to see is called a breach. There it is, very splashy. Researchers think that this seems to act as a signal to other dolphins in the area. These guys will also slap different parts of their body on the surface of the water, like their tails. This can be used to stun prey or to communicate. But it also shows us that dolphins can be pretty noisy animals when they want to be. But they certainly aren't the biggest noise makers off of our coast. Can anyone here think of anything else off the coast of BC, possibly man-made, that might make a little bit more noise than these three? Boats, absolutely. Boats are huge sources of noise pollution off the coast of British Columbia. And Pacific white-sided dolphins are often seen closely interacting with boats, whether it's swimming up alongside or bow riding. So researchers here at the Vancouver Aquarium are working to better understand how this noise pollution not only affects Pacific white-sided dolphins, but also how it affects their prey. Like with most things, however, it seems the more answers we come up with, the more questions we have. But the biggest question we here are dedicated to answering is how can we help these absolutely incredible animals? Well, Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen have shown us how dangerous man-made objects can be to these dolphins off of our coast. So the good news is there's a very simple way that all of us can do to help them. Simply by keeping our oceans as clean as possible, recycling, composting, and making sure rubbish ends up where it should, we'll be doing a great favor to these animals, helping them keep nice and safe off the coast of British Columbia. So although Pacific white-sided dolphins are still shrouded in mystery, with the help of Spinnaker, Hannah, and Helen, our researchers, and of course all of you, we're working together to ensure that these animals will thrive off of our coast here in BC for many, many years to come. As one last thank you to Spin, Hannah, and Helen, how about a big round of applause? On behalf of Sherry, Adrian, myself, and of course these three beautiful dolphins, thank you so much for joining us here for our Dolphin Show. Enjoy the rest of your day here at the Vancouver Aquarium. If you have any questions about the dolphins, feel free to come on up and chat with us. We'll be on this ramp here in just